Hi, I'm Marysol. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm planning for May, what is it, the 26th through June the 1st. This is the last week of May, and as you can tell, I am still struggling from the llama cold from Go Wild and then coming home and my kids were all sick. So yeah, we're just going through what we need to go through. And so today I'm using Live Love Posh Spring Allure with Keleva Plans, Celebrate Life, and I do bring in some Live Love Posh Functionally Neutral. This spread is real. I mean, we have a lot of things going on this week, so I wanted to keep it simple and fast. One, right, as you can tell, I'm sick. And two, I just really don't have the energy right now to do like very creative, complicated spreads. And every once in a while, this happens. But as long as I'm using my planner, that's all that matters. So this I just decorate with these butterflies and these beautiful, I want to say daisies, but they're not, I'm not sure what they are. I really don't know about flowers if they're not just orchids, but I thought this was cute. We have a lot of graduations this week, or promotions as California likes to call them, and so it's the last week of school here for my kiddos. We have two promotions. Uriah's changing daycares, plus recovering from, the sickness because we've all been sick. And catching up because that's really what's going on. I'm just catching up with things and trying to put them out. I decided to keep this as simple as possible. So I'm just adding one box for each day, and I'm using a full box for each of the days. And then I will be bringing in some lines every other day, and then the rest is decor. So I've explained this before, but if you didn't know, usually for me, when I put boxes on my spread, is mostly to balance them out, not really because I have plans or something. I always find something to write in my boxes. So this week is going to be interesting because I'm just going to put one box and I'm just alternating them throughout my spread. Now, I was trying to get the colors that were closest to the colors to the flowers, and this is what I found. So those pinks and purples were in the Spring Allure, but then that well, the light pink, that kind of corally pink one was in the functional, oh Lord, the functionally neutral sticker book from Live Love Posh, but it went so perfect with this spread. And the butterflies are just super cute. So, another thing that I did in the spread that I was at the time that I started creating this spread, I thought that they matched. It could be the medicine that I'm taking. I then looked at it later on. I was like, this really doesn't match with the kind of vibe that I have, but I still left it because um, to me, it still looked cute. So it's kind of odd, a little, I don't know, a little different from me. Uh, there's a lot of white space in these spreads. I also did bring in some like old Happy Planner teacher quotes because those also kind of matched with the vibe and the colors of the stickers. So, yeah, just a lot of oldies with nudies. Let me say that again. A lot of oldies with new stuff. And so, yeah, I did kind of like when I started putting my spread on my discs, I realized that I didn't add any washi tape and I do add it in the end. So stay tuned to that. But here I'm just adding headers and I had to go back and change the colors because I wanted to make sure that not only was it balanced, but I didn't want too much color because I don't have a whole lot that I'm putting on the spread. So I wanted to make sure that the colors were spread out through the pages. So now that I have most of all of my functional stuff on my pages, I'm going to really start going into the decorative mode. And so this is where I grab Keleva Plans Celebrate Life sticker book. I got this at Go Wild. I know I didn't film my Go Wild swag yet, and I'm already using the stuff. And even in my journal, I've been using it. So it is what it is, but I've been enjoying it. So this is a sticker book that I did get from Go Wild swag. So I don't know where I left off because my kiddo came in and interrupted me, but here I am. I'm adding some stuff for field day because my kids have field day on the 28th. And I didn't see any running shoes, so I just did a podium and a trophy. Should have probably just done medals, but it is what it is. And then I do add in the back like some flares and stars, but that's later on. So you'll get to see that. Now I'm just adding some more of those flowers, and I'm about to really cover up or fill up the sidebar. Again, it is a busy week, but I'm still recovering. And so I just really want to write the least bit possible. And this is interesting because I did leave quite a bit of white space. So we'll see how I manage or how I feel to kind of cover everything up, or not cover everything up, like a fill. I like to fill up my pages. And when they're like super filled, they make me so happy. That's not always possible. Sometimes you have a white space, and I'm okay with weeks that have white space, but usually the spreads that I like the most are the ones that are like completely filled. It just gives me so much joy. So here I'm just moving around my stickers because Heather in her Kelva Plan Celebrate Life sticker book had this graduation sticker that the colors match with the color palette that I'm using. So that's the only like oddball. But at this point, there were so many odd things on my pages that I thought another one wouldn't make it any different, right? There would be no difference. So yeah, so I thought that would be cute. I had a hard time figuring where I wanted to put choose joy quote, but I add those other quotes one down. I was trying to balance out the colors, and I mean, I feel like I attempted to do the best job that I could. I don't know, people that plan while they're sick, tell me the secret because I did this in like 32 minutes, which is pretty fast for me. One. But then the other thing was I was just putting on stuff, like, not really thinking about it, and I was like, "I can't plan when I'm sick because I was indecisive, but also, like, just put it here, it'll be fine." And I don't know. I just need, to see how other people do it because I mean, I've seen other planners that like they're really sick and they still plan and their like spreads are amazing. That's definitely not me. So yeah, I just need to know what's the secret. So here I'm just adding again just a lot of decor on here and just spreading it around. I was trying to spread as best as I could the butterflies and the bits of flowers because I really didn't have a whole lot um, on this page. And also, I probably could have added the other page because there was some other page that seemed to match, but I was already adding this other stuff from Kellowa Plan, and I thought if I added some more, it's just not going to look best. And right now, I'm a little doubtful about how it's looking. So here I am. I'm lifting it up because I didn't want them to look the same. I, still want a little bit of variety. So I was trying the best that I could to put the butterflies in different positions. onto my page. And now that I'm looking at it, I probably could have just like done a really cute cluster of the what is it? Flowers in like the middle and the butterflies surrounding it. That would have been great, but I thought about it too late and then just do boxes on top and on the bottom and lines. That's always like my go-to when I don't know what to do with my pages, but I wasn't really thinking about it when I started planning for this week. So I'm gonna add a little bit of floral in that corner because I felt that corner was really plain, and I probably should have left like a butterfly. I wish there were smaller butterflies to put around, but I mean, there was small ones, but not really small ones. I guess that's what I'm wanting. So now I'm just cutting around the pages and adding like bits and pieces of the florals around just to use up my scraps. And here, I'm not even sure what I'm doing here. I'm doing something though. I think I was trying to grab the last butterfly out and it was getting hard or not. No, I'm not sure what I was doing. But anyways, here it is. I'm gonna put my pages on to my discs so you see what it looks like. Oh, I forgot. That's what I did. I forgot to punch out my uh, pages so that they can go on the discs because I put some sticker over the holes or, yeah, the disc bound area or disc area. Oh my gosh, I can't even find my words. This is terrible. If you guys haven't made it this far, like leave me a butterfly emoji in the comments because I am so sorry. But obviously, being sick and coming back from Go Wild and trying to recover, like you can tell that it like took a toll on me. But I think it's because I came home and my kids were sick as well, so it didn't like help. And yeah, it's been a week. So here I am. I looked at it. It felt like it was missing something. And so this is where I start adding the washi. After adding the washi, I feel like it turned out really cute. And this is my favorite washi. I love it in the, what is it, fall. I love it during the springtime. Like this washi, I can use any time of the year, and it just makes for a great piece of accent to your pages. So I'm ripping it and I'm just putting it around my pages in little bits of area, not really thinking of where I'm actually putting it, but also trying to make sure that it looks balanced. And I don't know why I left so much of this. I should have like shortened this out, but I'm basically ripping the washi tape to put on the pages. I always have a hard time like when it doesn't rip exactly how I want it. So then I'm like trying to make it because I want it to look like an accident but also purposeful. I don't know. It's so weird trying to do this because I'm always wanting it to look like accidental. What an accident, but still I want it to look aesthetically pleasing when I open up my pages. Again, if you've made it this far, please leave me a butterfly emoji. I want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. I appreciate all of your support. Thank you so much for being here. And if you want to see more of my content, please check out my Instagram page and my TikTok. I do add uh, quite a bit of stuff over there that usually doesn't get shared here on YouTube. But yeah, I appreciate you guys being here and watching this plan with me, this messy plan with me. Anyways, thank you so much, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.